The other one that I have used is DataButton. DataButton. I like the way it approach the building of the application, because when you give the PRD or the prompt, it will tell you what is the plan and will create tasks, and it will follow the tasks. It's very neat, very organized, but the actual results are pretty bad. I spent like 2 days trying to build something and I couldn't.
You couldn't get it to do that.
And it's expensive. It takes a lot of credits and takes a lot of time to create things.
They have an MCP. This would be an interesting thing to look at and see. It looks like it does integrate with Cursor, VS Code, things like that. That's two tools to check out. It sounds to me like for base 44, have to try it and see, but it sounds to me like they've integrated Supabase auth deeply. Replit did with their own authentication and boxed it up and said, this is the auth that you use, whether you want to or not. This is how it works, which for ease of use for people who don't know, auth is a big problem for a lot of people vibe coding. That's really an excellent way to do it. But if you're trying to do, like you said, something custom, bulk uploads, being in a box can be interesting. I'm going to have to try that out and see how the UI compares and maybe shoot a video about that if I get a second. I'll put in a PRD idea and then drop it in there and see what we get. All right. We are coming up on the end of our time here, but let's take a look at what we found. So centralized client record is what it found, unified interface, and it found some ideas, some comparisons, and it says clients, invoices, tasks via project ID. This particular one has a multi-tenant support. You can sign in with a different user and you have your own clients and everything, with the idea that it could be the most simple white label CRM ever. Okay, so we have no client detail view, which I mentioned we can't view the client, and no client template. Dashboard shows it all separately. This would be add a route, navigation integration, quick actions. Okay. So I don't think we'll continue with this particular add-on today, but I don't want to lose this recommendation, right? And this context window is pretty full at this point. It's got all of this information in it. I would do this whether I was adding it right now or adding it a few days later, is tell it this. Please write a phased deployment development for my dev to implement this. Do save it as an MD. Do not make other changes. And this way it creates a roadmap for implementing this later, creates a plan, and we can implement this at any point. I can just pull that up and tell it, hey, let's go, and add this in at any point in time, or just start a new conversation with fresh context to do the work. This is pretty full at this point. All right. So we just have it generate a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy quote generator in base 44 here real quick, and we can just compare it to the Lovable one. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy quote generator that uses 11 labs for voice generation to speak the quotes. And if anybody on the call hasn't used this tool before, this is a free tool, prd.opg.ai. I built it for myself and a lot of other people needed it. It's out there on the web and it'll generate a little PRD documentation that you can paste into tools like this to have them build. I don't know what their login function looks like. We're going to find out here. Our PRD is almost complete. I'm going to copy that over, paste it in, see if they give me any sort of limits. Very similar layout to Lovable and Bolt, isn't it? This little sidebar. I wonder if you can change. Okay, so you've got model changing. That's pretty cool. I like that they have custom instructions. You can put in rules. That is super helpful. You can make files editable or not. Yep. That's awesome. Okay. I like rules. A lot of times these web apps do not have rules, and that's super helpful. It's wandering off to settings. Didn't seem like the settings button worked. That's okay. We don't want to wander it off from our build. Set it to a private app for fun. Well, this will be interesting to see what it builds out for us here. And I really like the rules. Something I'm looking for here is if there is the ability to change conversations. Francisco, can you start a new conversation? Have you tested that? Like start a fresh conversation and move out of this context window?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay.
It works pretty good. In terms of your prompt, your application, it will not probably integrate 11 labs because you haven't activated the backend functions that is in the app settings.
That makes sense. Supabase does, most platforms that integrate with Supabase use Supabase secrets and edge functions for that sort of thing. Ran into the same thing with Lovable, had to go into Supabase.
You go down in the general settings at the end, right there.
Yep.
Go on. You see there is backend functions. It's a premium feature. You activate,
Nice.
and then it will let you to have secrets, environment, and stuff like that.
Very cool. I'll have to test that out and see what it does. Let's see what we got here for our preview. Did it make anything? Hey, filter by character. It's going to generate a quote. Interesting. Well, there we go. What have you noticed that all of these apps that are similar, like Bolt and Lovable specifically, generate stuff with a high propensity to use purple? Or is that just me? I feel like all of them, I get purple as the color. Interesting. Okay. This one sounds like it's got a little going on in the background, might be worth some exploring. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. That's a fun little build there with the PRD. And Tony, this is an exciting little app to test all of these with, just see how each of them does with a quote generator. It's a lot of fun. Okay. That brings us to our 1 o'clock here. Are there any questions or comments before I let you all go and we get this recording pushed up to be edited?
One thing I was trying out yesterday, I was having a conversation with ChatGPT about, because I want to learn Python, and I figured the best way to learn it is by creating a game. And I wonder about building an app to create a game to help learn Python.
So the app itself would make the game rather than directly making the game using Replit or whatever, or ChatGPT.
Just an idea. I wonder if that's a good way to go about it or a waste of time. I don't know.
It's a fun way to learn a lot about back-end rules and prompting, so to speak. For example, I built a while back as just a trial project, a application that would generate a website. So it was a website that you would go into and it would generate another website. Then you would download the HTML files. It doesn't go as smoothly as you would expect to build an app that builds a thing. It can be a fun learning journey, but it is interesting to do. Worth a try. Try it both ways. Python is a good language to know. I learned a lot about Python in school, did a ton with it. So I still use it every day. It's a useful thing. Good seeing y'all. Let's see, one last comment from Francisco. A business model canvas tool, very solid like Google Workspace apps. Took about 3 hours to build. All right, I'm going to pull that link up and take a peek at it. Yeah, I'll take a peek at that. That's fun. Thanks for sharing. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will talk to y'all soon. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, please like and follow. And if you need help building or finishing your app, click the link in my bio to book a one-on-one Zoom call to take a look at your project.